Hey, I'm back. As per usual, after I completed that last video, I took a little hibernation of about— oh shit! And quite a lot of nonsense happened at that time, didn't it? Pewdiepie finally came back, YouTube Rewind was one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen. Stop fucking lying! And of course, Bowsette was ranked 41st on the best memes of the decade list. I'm starting to think that we really do live in a clown world. But now, the king of shit content is back, boys! And I'm about to fill your lives with as much misery and pain as I possibly— okay, no, maybe not. But I can at the very least inconvenience you and ruin your day by making this video. And after that, I can crawl back into hell for a year to find new, inventive, and creative ways of killing myself without being a nuisance. Nuisance. And I have found the perfect topic to talk about. I spent a year watching shitty anime and playing video games.
Maybe you should try getting a job.
Until my hair became as long as that of Jesus. And because there's just this empty white space in my dictionary where consistency should be, we're not gonna be talking about any anime or fiddy gems. Hell, we won't even be talking about
mango!
Instead, we're going to be talking about a movie. More specifically, a movie from when I was a wee babby. One that I used to watch over and over again as a kid. But first, a word from our sponsor, Raid Shadow! Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Instead, let's get into the history of this movie. But first, I'm gonna get myself a drink. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Bogdanov?
Yes.
Subject as sled de promise. You can go inside.
Veldon. Keep extracting the business to sell to William away.
Yes, Herr Bogdanov.
Bonjour, boys and girls. Because the soup is absent, I will tell you a little story today. The story of a boy with a dream. A crypto dream. Curse you. Boys me name. Once upon a time, there was a magical kingdom far far away. Where the people ate only spaghetti and drove like maniac. This kingdom was called Italia. In Italia, there was a little house. And in that little house lived a little boy. My name. In his room. The basement. He loved watching cartoons. But my name wanted to do more than just watch. He wanted to create. My name was an artist. My name asked his papa. And mama for money. To become an animator. But papa's my name became very angry.
An animator? BFFF. You will become a professional Bitcoin farmer.
My name stirred up his courage. And said to his papa,
Boomer.
Eat.
Now, the boy was all alone. He was cold, hungry, and did not have an livre to turn to. Boy's name realized that if he wanted to achieve his dream, he would have to ask for help from his greatest enemy. The gods of crypto.
Hey, to think that I would come to rely on the gods themselves, Bob.
We are mortal gods, my name. Our true identity cannot be understood by mere mortals. However, we are merciful beings. Tell us what you desire.
I desire the base urge of all men. Money, the false idol.
Perfect. It shall be done. But at a price. Perhaps 17 will consume your soul. Your lifespan will be drastically reduced.
That is a deal worth making. But pay me in rubles, not in Bitcoin.
Consultant boy. Limpit. He had fallen into our trap. Or so we thought. Boys Minem used the money to start up his new business. Mondo TV. However, when Crab 17 came to collect his soul, we concluded that we had been tricked. Before meeting with us, Boys Minem had split up his soul into 7 fragments, which is stored in 7 people. He continues to thrive to this day, churning out movie after movie. But there are 2 things in life that are inevitable. Def. And Corab 17. Ils ont the amateur of time. Sminem. Until your mortal soul is crushed by the inescapable weakness of your humanity. One does not simply trick Bogdanov without consequence. Expect swift and ruthless retribution.
Hey, what the fuck?
Merde.
God damn it, you're seriously in here
Non,
again.
monsieur.
Get the fuck out.
Monsieur.
Fine, you wanna go? Huh?
Mais
You
non.
wanna fucking go, plastic face piece of
Non.
shit?
Oh shit.
Hey, that's right, come on, move it, move
Oui
it.
oui.
Well, that was fucked up. Jesus Christ, I'm already 5 minutes into the video and I haven't even gotten to the fucking topic yet. So anyways, long story short, there's this Italian animation company called Mondo TV, okay? The company is mostly known for pre-2000s animation shows with varying quality. They're actually still going strong to this day and have a really expansive library, ranging from Robin Hood to Snow White to... Oh, there's your boy. This eventually led to the creation of The Legend of the Titanic, which... Hold on, that sounds familiar.
But this isn't even the only Italian animated Titanic film, the other being called The Legend of the Titanic. The Legend of the Titanic!
Oh no. Luckily, I know Mondo TV for something very different. The animated movie from the year 2000, Prince of Dinosaurs. Holy shit, that cover fucking sucks. Prince of Dinosaurs is a fucking enigma. The company seems to have completely forgotten the movie on the YouTube channel. The IMDb page is as barren as London after the Blitz, and there's just a general lack of any kind of trivia or information about it on the internet. I bought the DVD in a fucking supermarket of all places, and as a kid, it quickly became one of my favorite movies. And I mean, how could it not be? It's a movie about a prince and dinosaurs. But then again, in my region, this movie has gotten sort of meme status and pretty much everyone dislikes it. So today I wanted to kind of dive into the movie and revisit it to see if it really does hold up as well as I think it does, or if I was just a stupid kid with no sense of quality. So let's go back and revisit Prince of Dinosaurs. Also, I'm going to be showing a lot of footage from my native dub because there are some really good jokes in there that the English dub just doesn't have. Don't fucking complain, you weebs watch your anime with subs too. Try watching Ghost Stories subbed without getting an aneurysm.
I told you I'm going to be fine. Why are you still crying? Because these pajamas are gay.
So the movie starts off in this weird coastal town that's completely isolated from the outside world for some reason. What is this, a reclusive cannibal colony? The introduction also really shows that the movie is indeed 19 years old. Kid's not even wearing Thrasher, Jesus. We're also introduced to our main character for the day, Karel.
Rackle! 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 Rackle!
I don't care, you're Karel to me. Karel is a dinosaur nerd, and that's pretty much his only defining character trait. He's as bland and cookie cutter as a protagonist can be, but honestly it's not like the rest of the story is some Shakespearean masterpiece. The only other thing he has going for him is, well, most people would call it an overactive imagination, but I just call it blatant psychopathy, because the entire adventure actually plays out in Karel's own mind. All of the characters are simply derived from pictures that fell out of the book he got. For free, by the way. Man, the Italian economy must be rocking if you can just hand out your shit for free.
Deze dinosaurussen worden onze vrienden.
Okay, buddy, you keep telling yourself that. Karel says some more weird nonsense.
Je gaat rijden op een reuzenslak.
And dances to the land of his imagination. The magical kingdom that the main story is going to take place in is called the Land of Ice, which, you guessed it, Karel is the prince of. He ventures into the throne room of the palace, which is accompanied by the best opening theme I have ever heard in a kids movie.
Stop touching things.
In the throne, Karel finds a mysterious piece of parchment with ancient dino language on it, and decides to take it to his friends. We then meet the main gang of boys: Archie, Patch, Trick, Mikar, and Proto, all skipping school. I love how in my native dub, all of the dinosaurs sound relatively young.
Wacht eens even, ik weet wie kan helpen.
Bedoel je die gekke verzamelaar?
And then there's Archie, who has lung cancer, just downed a bottle of pure vodka, and doesn't want to go back to jail, goddammit!
Vertel je nog verder?
The gang decides that the best course of action is to ditch school altogether and find Willem the archaeologist, who can translate the ancient language for them. So they steal a random stranger's boat, model prince right there, and Karel uses his astral projection to inform his teachers. What the fuck? Yeah, Karel is one of those protagonists, you know the kind. The ones that have every special power they could possibly need whenever they need them. Karel specifically has a magic sword, can shoot beams of energy, uses astral projection, can excrete water, do his own taxes, slap midgets, and probably has like 20 N-word passes in those sleeves of his. The guy is fucking unstoppable. Anyways, the journey to Willem's lair is a treacherous one. The group faces rapid river tides, carnivorous plants that they yeet meat at to distract them, and the greatest threat of all.
Kijk! Zie je dat?
Oh god! Quicksand! The gang eventually discovers the archaeologist's shack after overcoming the horrors of the unknown lands, and he reveals to them the true purpose of the parchment. The document was written by Aurora, the last guardian of the flow of life, who has been captured by the evil witch Maya and her 4 generals. Her power is slowly being drained, and Prince Karel, alongside 5 gallant knights and a brave lord, is destined to set her free and defeat the forces of darkness. It's simple as all hell, but then again, I'm not exactly asking for Casablanca or something. Also, about the identities of the 5 knights that are going to travel alongside Karel, just take a wild fucking guess. I wouldn't place my life and the future of an entire kingdom in the hands of a bunch of bumbling school kids, but hey, you do you, man. But I have to admit that after this revelation, the characters notably change. As Karel's knights, the Dino Kids really start to take their duties seriously, which is some pretty cool development actually. Karel himself, on the other hand...
Stil en kniel voor mij.
Jesus, guy gets 1 Oblivion quest and suddenly cranks up the Hitler meter. You think I'm gonna make the joke, huh? Not in a million years. Now that he has learned of his true destiny, the prince uses his bullshit main character powers to uncover the location of the imprisoned princess, and stumbles upon a skull cave. Unable to free Aurora from the magic barrier, he can only grant her some of his strength so that she can at the very least survive until he returns with his troops. Only problem is, they can't even reach the place because there's no way of crossing the Great Ocean, which oddly upsets Trick for some reason.
I think the Great Sea is the piss.
So who else would come to their aid but the best character in the movie, Captain Cordat,
You dumb motherfucker!
of the 15th Formation, an elite aerial battle squadron of pterodactyls that make airplane noises. If this isn't the coolest thing you've ever seen, you're lying.
Ons motto is, als de missie moeilijk is, zoek het zelf maar uit. Als het een onmogelijke missie is, roep je de luchtmobiele brigade.
That's a legitimately good joke. Wait, Cordat, what are you doing? Cordat! On the backs of the 15th Formation, the gang flies to the cave after defeating a swarm of, I don't know, pissed off Yanmas. And right before they're about to launch their assault on the enemy army, the movie cuts away to a set of new characters. Lord Dapper, his slug Slompy, and Dapper Squire, whatever his name may be, but it's probably something stupid like Dave or something. And in their very first scene, this brave lord and his men embarrassingly get their ass kicked by the main villainess of the movie, Maya. Maya is a pretty great villain. You know, despite the fact that her entire personality and motivations boil down to she evil, the witch is made so perfect by 2 aspects. Her decrepit design and overwhelming powers are one thing, but it's mostly that incredible laugh of hers that makes her so goddamn intimidating. Dapper's voice actor is pretty good too. Dapper would have died right there, but Slompy turns into an Autobot for a second and luckily saves the day. It's like a dinosaur equivalent of Coco Jumbo. And where is Slompy's head during all of this? You know, considering the literal weed cave in his shell, I don't think I want to know. Anyways, back to Karel! He returns to his 3 teachers, Malin the Owl, Cordal the Snow Leopard, and Shaka the... sentient pile of shit? Oh! No, of course it's a rock! These guys were actually shown much earlier in the film, but they did jack shit, so I just ignored them. But now, Karel goes to them for advice on how to defeat Maya, which he doesn't get, so he just nabs a sword and skedaddles. And Cordal has a really cool quote here.
Ga nooit voor iemand opzij, Karel. Jouw tegenstanders zullen het bezuren.
Now at this point it starts getting a bit confusing. As if we didn't have enough characters already, Karel now calls upon the aid of the Cavaliers of Nature. These guys are awesome, but they're not gonna be important until the final part of the movie, so just forget about them for now. I mean, sure, they're just Walmart Power Rangers, but fuck, I love them. Now that the entire gang has assembled, except for that loser, the attack on the Skull Cave can finally commence, and we got our first real sight at how the movie handles action scenes. Action scenes in old animated movies like these are always either a big miss or a really big miss. So it's no surprise that Prince of Dinosaurs has some of the best action scenes I've ever seen in an animated movie. Oh, fucking nice, recycled animation. I'll talk more about the battles as they come up because this one's rather short, but suffice to say that they're all fucking great. And one of the main reasons why they're so good is the fact that the movie doesn't pull any punches, because remember people, this is in a kids movie. While the combined troops of Archie and Captain Cordat are fighting, Karel and the Cavaliers use their powers to free Aurora. And Maya gets a stroke. And of course another great voice acting moment from my native dub.
Hij betreedt mijn domein en bevrijdt mijn gevangenen!
Sometimes I feel I've got to.
Now that the Guardian of Life has been freed, our heroes can finally return home for a big celebratory party in their honor. Why is Aurora so much taller than him? Is she a cougar? Aurora leaves to do something, and Dapper is still fucking lost. We're halfway through the movie, dude. Do something! At least we get to hear Dapper and Slompy shit on each other for minutes on end.
Come on out, you lazy slug!
You'll be eternally grateful, my lord!
Stupid snail, you loathsome character!
Don't allow your mental instability to turn you into a manic depressive.
You insolent slug, presumptuous dolt-legged snail!
Slompy being the fastest creature in the movie is also a piece of bittersweet irony.
Come on out, you lazy slug! Get moving, you!
With Maya having been dealt her very first defeat, things seem to calm down in the Land of Ice, to such a degree that the little knights can afford to go out into the town without a care in the world. Kinda funny how we can go from to
I'll take this flower-shaped cookie!
But just as we thought that everything was peaceful and quiet, a sneaky bastard shows up.
I want to avoid.
Watch out!
And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, take a fucking guess at it's Maya. Imagine my shock. What is pretty shocking is that the witch obliterates the 15th formation in the blink of an eye. Dude, what the fuck? Oh snap, Jesus lives. You know, maybe Mondo TV is trying to tell us something. That last scene makes an awful lot of sense now that I think about it. Before she departs, Maya reveals a terrible secret. The Lord who was supposed to join Karel on his quest couldn't swim and drowned in the river. I have a sneaking suspicion that she's lying, but Karel is still pretty miffed about this, so he's like, okay, fuck it. Bring the embodiment of knightly incompetence over here, just so we can flex on Maya. Excellent idea, say the others as I yell profusely at my screen, and the group finds him in the woods, doing what else? Getting ambushed by Sterminias and his puppers. And again, I have to say, this is a pretty great battle scene. Dogs being slaughtered by the hundreds is a little but whatever.
Let's hope Peter aren't watching this movie.
Slompy fucks off to somewhere because it's the snail mating season apparently, and I wish I was making that up.
Weet je wat het is met dat beest? Het is paringstijd.
And Dapper and his squire are taken to the capital, where they can finally, after 45 fucking minutes, meet with Karel. What follows is a pretty entertaining training sequence where Dapper predictably gets his ass kicked, the animator follows in Maya's footsteps and also gets a stroke. And this.
Out of your friends, which are you? Truck freak crazy ass. The fire.
It isn't long before Dapper and his new trainees receive their first orders to set out on a reconnaissance mission into the enemy territory. This is more than simple combat training and improvised attacks. This is organized war. And it was the hypest shit ever when I was young. Seeing all of the really cool monsters preparing for the coming slaughter and the dinosaurs marching still makes me all giddy inside. Now this was supposed to be a reconnaissance mission, a peaceful journey to observe the forces of evil. So for once, I can understand Dopper's shock when the trees suddenly start talking Asian.
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片。
And he starts remembering his time in Vietnam. And now I would like to welcome you back to our new game show. What would Dopper do? Question 1. Dopper has just gone out on a reconnaissance mission and now there's Charlie in the trees.
朋友是一个坚韧不。
Now, what will Dopper do? Will he A. bait the enemy into abandoning their hiding spot? B. retreat to come up with a counter strategy? C. smoke him out? Or D. order his Tyrannosaurus unit to trample the trees and crush anyone in them? If you answered anything but D, I'm ashamed in your place. This right here, all of this, might be my favorite scene in the entire movie. And it's also the main reason why I haven't talked at length about all of the other battle scenes, because I wanted to save it for this one. Every single strength that the movie has culminates in this one masterpiece of a fight. Each of the different types of dinosaur, which to be fair there are only 2 of, but still, have their own unique roles on the battlefield, with the Tyrannosaurus unit being these unstoppable tanks, and the 15th formation serving as fighter and bombing planes. And the sound design, Jesus H. Christ, the sound design! In this scene in particular, it's as simple as the sound of trees falling over, dinosaurs stomping, laser beams, and my favorite sound of all, don't take that out of context. And that's not even mentioning the brilliant music. The soundtrack is chock full of amazing pieces that I can't fucking find anywhere. The MP3s most likely don't even exist anymore. Hell, I'm pretty sure that the PC that this movie was edited on is in some Serbian family's nuclear bunker at this point, but fuck, I want the OST. Hey, John, Despacito, yeah, you, give me a call, huh? We can make a deal. I was too stingy to buy Captain Toad for $40, but hey, I'll shell out for like 3 to 5 MP3s because I'm a fucking
absolute mad lad.
Combined with a sound design, voice acting, and animation, everything just meshes together to create a masterful depiction of fantasy warfare. It is just, and I hate using this word, epic. Now I have frequently been stated to have the worst taste in anything that you could have a taste in, so take this with a grain of... not even a grain, just the entire fucking box of salt. I mean, my favorite Disney character is 4 dozen eggs, so that kind of says it all. But still, trust me on this one. You know what? Don't even trust me. Just fucking listen. It's beautiful. The dinosaur army seemed to be prevailing for quite a while, especially with initial Slompy at their side. Deja vu, I've just been in this place before, higher on the street. But eventually, Dopper and his knights realize that they've been surrounded by a massive enemy force in the mountains. Knowing that they are in dire need of their prince's aid, Dopper and Slompy tearfully part ways so that the slug can get to Karel as quickly as possible, while Dopper tries to hold the line. And their emotional farewell quickly turns into another shit-flinging contest.
I'll have you know the best steed I ever had was a white horse. Unlikely, but true. Now go, presumptuous dolt.
Excuse me, what?
So I guess Slompy can just change his size whenever he wants now.
Stand aside.
Okay.
Of course, Karel comes to Dopper's aid, and the duo unites to watch each other's backs as they fight off the enemy soldiers and straight up kill one of the 4 generals, Barbarius, with his own goddamn axe. That has got to be the bro moment to surpass all bro moments. This actually brings up another point that I kind of like about the movie. Aside from the witch herself, this entire army is made of wet fucking tissue paper. It's not even that they're grossly incompetent, because they really aren't. The heroes are just so insanely overpowered that they can blast them to kingdom fuck without much resistance. Normally I'd complain about this, but they all look suitably demonic, and that makes it really satisfying to watch them get steamrolled into oblivion. Now, the time is nigh. Maya has been dealt her second defeat. Barbarius is dead, and Karel's soldiers have met up with the dinosaur army. Everything is in place for the final confrontation. The witch's underlings, having lost one general, gather in a large canyon where the loyal knights of the prince will engage them. Despite their many setbacks, their numbers are still overwhelming, and their generals Magie, Sterminius and Thanatos, who, by the by, only shows up in 3 frames of the fucking film. Look.
Voor je toeten laat je niet foppen, leg voor je doppen. Als je hem niet oprapt, laat je maar liggen. Dan moet je maar weten wat je van koopt. Sokkabakko.
Are ready for war. Knowing that a head-on clash with the enemy will result in a quick defeat, Karel opts to divide his forces into 2 groups. An aerial squadron under the command of Karel, Rodat, Myelin, Cordal, the poop emoji, Shaka, and the Dino Knights. And a land army led by Dapper, Bad Choice, and the Power Rangers.
Lord Dapper leidt de grondtroepen. Verspreid je mannen zo goed mogelijk. En val gelijk aan als je de positie van de vijandelijke troepen weet.
Hey, you okay, buddy? Is your brain swelling?
Hey yo, what the fuck?
The aerial squadron engages Magie and Thanatos, who are hiding behind the thunderclouds, while Dapper tries to hold off Sterminius' advance. Surprisingly, for the first minute or so, the dinosaur army is actually losing, but of course it's all part of Karel's plan because he has musk brain. Both groups retreat and lead the enemy towards a huge open canyon, at which point the Cavaliers of Nature finally get to do something. Sick and tired of watching their friends run away, they immediately eliminate Sterminius and Magie in 2 seconds flat with the power of dead memes.
Be gone!
Say what you want, but that scream was satisfying as fuck. And Sterminius trying to escape from the Wind Cavalier is the perfect representation of me trying to do anything in life. The gang proceeds to absolutely fucking bulldozer what remains of the disorganized underlings with their elemental powers, conjuring up tornadoes, driving the soldiers to the center of the canyon with fireballs, crushing them with crumbling boulders, opening up a giant crevice in the earth, and washing away every last villain into said crevice until they're all fucking dead. Oh, and don't forget to creepily smile at the massacre as well, Water Cavalier.
Hey, can you throw me another pre-sun?
However, the battle isn't over just yet. There's one more person who needs her purple ass kicked.
Waar is Maya?
Zoek je mij, Karel? De strijd is nog maar net begonnen!
Jij zult nooit winnen, gemene heks!
Yahoo!
Honestly, this is a great finale to a children's cartoon. Maya and Karel throw everything they have at each other. There's some good trash talk between the two, and Karel genuinely struggles throughout the fight. Plus, one of the hypest Final Fantasy-esque final form of the boss reveals. That's the dragon from Sleeping Beauty, isn't it? Look, it's the exact same thing, down to the color pattern and everything. And take into consideration that this movie is actually based on another show owned by Mondo TV called, take a fucking guess, The Legend of Sleeping Beauty? Also, why does this company have such a hard-on for legends? There's one last Star Fox-esque dogfight which you know is good because it includes Rodat. And even Aurora comes out of her ivory tower to help. She blesses his sword with the power of the 7 Horcruxes, and like the right old Zlatan that he is, Karel shoots, scores, and seals Maya's power away, sending her tumbling into the darkness of the earth. Wait, no. You 3 are fucking dead. You got an axe in your back, you got vaporized by the game, and you got Piano Man'd. You're not Uncle Ben who keeps dying and coming back for more fucking rice packets. And How the hell did you even get here? Maya and her Princess of Evil have been defeated, and Aurora takes them away to seal them in a cave near the center of the earth, erecting a barrier like the one that held her, but now powered by goodness instead of evil. Because Aurora has a really sick sense of irony. The princess vows to guard the malicious quintet for all eternity, and the Land of Ice celebrates their victory and the marriage of Karel to Princess Aurora. No, wait, Princess Petra.
I don't even know who you are.
After all is said and done, the story ends, and we get a cute little ending where Petra, the random princess that Karel married, is suddenly in his house called the authorities, and Karel tells her all about his magical adventures and his many friends and foes. Petra asks Karel to tell her another story tomorrow, and the movie comes to a close on a sweet note. This movie is fucking great.
And that's a fact.
And it's not just all the fighting, the character designs, the creativity, the sheer scale of the film, the voice acting, the characters themselves, and let me stress this again, the fucking music. All of this just works.
I'm not kidding.
But does that mean I'm blind to the movie's flaws? Fuck no. I saw this movie about 1 billion times as a kid, so for me it's not a problem, but god damn it, there are so many characters that serve no purpose at all. Like, I distinctly remember all of them. And I really like Mylan and Cordal, but they could have just vanished from the movie and the story would have remained exactly the fucking same. That's not even mentioning Dapper Squire, whose only contribution is curb stomping Thanatos' minions like they're Skyrim skeletons, which is really cool, but, you know, still. And remember when I mentioned Zebra the Troll? The story tends to be really nonsensical and at times it feels like a fucking fever dream, but the narrative isn't exactly my main issue. This isn't some high profile Disney film, so there are quite a few animation mistakes. Like the one where Barbarius' dead rotting corpse metamorphosizes into a generic caveman model. Or that time when the animators gave the Water Cavalier's shirt the wrong color. Now I can turn him into whatever I want him to be. The Water Cavalier, the Gay Cavalier, the Communist Cavalier. But easily the most prevalent problem is that during certain scenes when the characters are talking, their mouths don't move, and it happens quite frequently.
Opschieten, mijn krachten beginnen snel af te nemen.
Ik kan niet door de barrière breken, maar
yeah, okay, this is probably supposed to be a really dramatic scene, but it just looks like a fucking mine theater. But in the end, does it matter? I enjoyed watching it all as much or even more so than when I was young. It's a silly yet delightfully charming little film that will probably never escape the niche animation audience or the people who have nostalgic feelings towards it, but I don't really care. Go and watch the damn thing. It's on YouTube in English and in the better language.
I don't understand.
So just give it a go. You might like it or you might not. Who fucking knows? I'm gonna take a break from the movie for a while because after making this video I've seen the footage a little too many times to the point where whenever I close my eyes all I can see is Dinosaurs and Lance Archer winning twice at Wrestle Kingdom, but that's an unrelated delusion. Hey, it's me, post Wrestle Kingdom Soup. Archer fucking lost, and I'm really tempted to bust out the old hope rope right now. Anyways, I'm terrible at concluding videos, so I'm leaving. I'll see you guys again when Hell Freeze is over. Chalas.
Lord Braveheart, a dispatch from the Supreme Council! Thank you.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. Start the new rescue helicopter. Hey! Build the helicopter. And off to the rescue. Prepare the lifeline. Lower the stretcher. And make the rescue. The new emergency collection from Lego City.